Alright, so moved on to cleaning. Travis and I were texting back and forth, and he actually ended up calling me. I had some questions for him, and it was it was after 9 o'clock here in Arizona. I think that'd make it about 8 o'clock up in Oregon where he's at. Anyway, he explained briefly how to get the barrel off of this gun. And so I kind of want to walk you guys through it. So first off, I guess in reverse here, as if I was going to reinstall it. This is the thimble, and that O-ring right there fits on the thimble. I've got it off right now, and then I actually just dropped it. There we go. So this transfer port that you can see right there sits straight down, and this thimble is held in by that set screw. And then next into the breech would be the barrel. The barrel, you can see those two grooves machined into the barrel are held in by those other two set screws that are there at the top. So Travis explained to me that he was having trouble with, so originally the guns were advertised as going to be having a thimble, and he was having trouble with the higher powers. The barrel was wanting to separate from that thimble. I don't know if it was the high blast of air or what, but so he's done away with the thimble in most of the guns, but when I first ordered this gun, I told him that I wanted to retain that thimble so that I could index the barrel if I chose to. So if I understood him right, on most production guns, these two grooves that mine has in them, that go all the way around right here, I think he told me there's just dimples. And those dimples coincide with that set screw and that set screw. And I'm assuming that on the thimbleless version, sorry about the lighting, that there's a rearmost dimple in the barrel too, and it does away with the thimble that my gun has. So in my gun, the thimble would stay like that. That's the dimple for that rearmost set screw, and you could rotate the barrel, or I can rotate the barrel to index it, chasing, extreme accuracy. So once that's slid into the gun, there is the shroud slides over, and it butts up to that plastic compression fitting. And once that's in, and this is a moderator, and it's threaded in here. This I understand is 1/2/20, but this threads onto that. So that shroud has a compression between here and here, held on by these threads. Now, when I took my moderator off, the end cap to the barrel came off with the moderator, which I'm fine with, just the way the disassembly works. One of the questions I had for Travis, when I was chronographing the gun, I was holding it about right here to keep it lined up in front of the chronograph, and I was feeling a puff of air coming from here and somewhere. And I thought there was a leak, back here in the breech. And I asked him what that was all about, and he pointed out to me that the shroud is vented. So, where did I just set that? So these holes allow some of the air to come back into the shroud and travel out, and this can go in any configuration. Any rotation wise, there's no threads in this tube at either end. Anyway, mine was pointed, that transfer port, or that shroud blast, that shroud vent, I think is the word I'm looking for, was pointed straight down. So I am scrubbing the barrel. So this is the sequence of cleaning. This up here was, the first two here are dry, then I got it wet. You can see how dirty it was. And I just pushed Q-tips through. I'm lazy. I don't have a pull through, and Q-tips for 177 and 20 work pretty good. And then I got to here, and this is JB Bore paste, and that went back and forth a couple times. And then some more Q-tips, some wet ones too, some more JB Bore paste, some more Q-tips to that point. Now, the purpose of all that was to get the barrel as clean as I can. I pushed through a couple pellets to get a feel for what I was dealing with, and I'm going to try to get some light on these pellets so you can see. It is most definitely a traditionally rifled barrel. I don't know why the light's acting weird like that, but it sure is. So let me try a different lighting situation here. Yeah, that may be the best I'm going to be able to do with my camera. So when I pushed some pellets through, I actually realized that the pellets have to go through, sorry, I don't want to make you seasick here. The pellets have to go through that thimble first. And what I realized was, after I pushed some pellets through the thimble as well, that transfer port that's cut into the bottom of the thimble was actually gouging some holes, or scratches rather, I guess maybe would be a better word. I tried to have these, yeah, you can see it there. The pellet on the left was the first one I pushed through the thimble, and it gets better and better on to the right. And I was polishing out the inside of that thimble with some JB Bore paste too. And that's that pile of Q-tips. And so those cut marks there on the left were pretty severe, and they got better and better off to the right. Once that was all said and done, and I got it pretty good to where it's not making them nearly as bad, I realized, after I looked at some more pellets that got pushed through, that the rifling is kind of overriding any of those marks that the transfer port are making in there. So, after all that scrubbing, I've kind of got the barrel at a place where I like it as far as how pellets feel when they're pushed through. I do think that I'm going to want to polish up this crown a little bit better. It's not horrible, but I can see that I think some polishing would just make it better. It may not even be a performance thing, it may just be a peace of mind for myself sort of thing. So anyway, normally I have a nice padded bench and a nice workspace to work with, but it's winter and my work area doesn't have that nice warm stove. So that's why I'm in here in the kitchen. See if I can get this posted as well, and I'll let you know how it goes. But for now I gotta get to bed so that I can get to work in the morning.